Our topic today is investor trends in financial inclusion. How much of what you're seeing is genuinely new? How much of it is about just putting if you like, a mobile layer around traditional financial services like banking? What are you seeing that's genuinely new in addressing other consumer needs at the base of the pyramid in sectors like healthcare or insurance?
Yeah, okay, look, I think both statements are true, right? There's a lot of noise out there, and then there's really some amazing businesses out there as well. And so it's about deciphering the signal from all the noise. I think there's some real amazing disruption going on. There's a lot of convergence happening in terms of the categories. We tend to think of a category, for example, financial wellness, which is between health, insurance, and finance. And so there's a lot of convergence happening, people coming from very different models, trying to really focus on the customer need and solve for that. Mm-hmm. I think also in our heads, the term financial inclusion is narrow. It comes from a current financial services paradigm where people are focused on providing the same old into a audience that's not willing to, that's not really it's not accessible, it's not the right pricing, it's not the right model. So a lot of companies are coming up with real sustainable business, scalable businesses in solving across that spectrum and kind of providing some really cutting edge products and so on. And I can certainly talk about some examples there, but it's, I think also this notion that financial inclusion is about the rural slum areas. A lot of folks just in London, if you just land from Germany and come here, you don't have access to financial services. You can't open a bank account, and that's like a big population, right? So people tend to assume that this is a lack of access. It's just about the poor. It's really lack of access at all kinds of levels, right? And even the underbanked don't tend to be lower income people. They tend to be sometimes middle income folks that just don't have access to the appropriate kind of financial services. So we are certainly seeing across the spectrum a lot of disruptive businesses, a lot of scalable investable businesses that are doing some amazing things there.
And give us a couple of examples. What are the ones that are really catching you?
Oh yeah. So one example is I'll give you just a kind of two or three maybe, and quickly is one is Jumo, is a company we invested out of South Africa that does SME lending and across East Africa and now getting into West Africa. And they've really used the mobile data and sort of mobile wallet data. So thinking about there's more correlation between what people do with a mobile wallet, when they top up, how often they top up, who they call, what time they call, what amounts they call with. Someone doing a top up at 3 in the morning is not necessarily in a bar, but it actually is a SME going to go into a fishing boat, right? And they need something. And they've used the data with close collaboration with telcos to really instantaneously, within 30 seconds, be able to provide credit into someone's wallet in a micro level, right? So from an industry which has been struggling or finding the right kind of credit bureaus, right kind of distribution, right kind of branches, people going to investigate them. From there, they have kind of started a couple of years ago, and they have now 6 million individual loans out to 2 million individual customers, right? And so they're completely transforming what has been a very traditional area. A lot of banks have been struggling with it, and they're a very, very profitable business going there. Moniz is a company we recently invested in out of London. That's really providing digital access financial service for Nomad. And Nomad in all kinds of categories. And migrant population doesn't mean just refugees. Migrant population, just anyone moving around Europe. And really cutting edge technology, cutting edge analytics to then think about how to give access to people in the right time, real time, right? Then a company out of New York and Scandinavia called Q Capital with a Q. Capital with a Q. They're really providing a savings mechanism. They're not really interested in helping you save more. They're helping you kind of figure out how to save better. So they're using real behavior analytics to really understand what people's needs are, what makes them happy, what makes them achieve their goals, and then providing the mechanisms through investment vehicles, other kind of saving vehicles and so on, to using that deep analytics to then give them the incentive to save properly. Right? And that goes across all kinds of spectrum. And so those are a couple of examples.